Another one. It's another one, as I say. So, the landscape view this time, normal horizontal landscape view. Right, so today's topic, or the first topic we're going to talk about in this one, is a topic that is really, I don't want to talk about it, but it has to be brought up. It's a very important one. Hold on. It's a very important one, this one. I want to talk about something important here. It's this, judgment, right? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that as we walk down this road here, okay? We're going to talk about that as we walk down this road here. Okay, let's go. Right. Now, this is a big one, right? So, here's the point. Judgment. What is judgment? What is it? When you go around judging people. Terrible. How disgusting. How disgustingly weak you must be on your knees. Now there's some twisted views of different ideas you get in the world. And, you know, people see things from a different point of view. So things to some people might not mean the same thing. In their mind, it may not mean the same thing as it means to you. A word or an idea, concept, I don't know. Just say a word or an expression. That is to say, the words they're speaking and that which how they are, for lack of a better word, expressing. Expressing. I nearly said communicating. For lack of whatever. They're expressing something through a word, you know, so they're using a word and they're expressing something out. They're expressing something in their mind, they're expressing out in a word and they're using it. And judging by how you are judging, I mean, with it bearing in mind how you consider things to be or meaning and seeing it, then, you know, it's going to mean something, it might mean something totally different to you. And therefore, the morals and everything will be different, you know? The morals will be different too. I don't know. But we're going to talk about this here in the basic understanding that we know what it is, right? In the basic understanding that we all can kind of get the basic idea of what it means, right? The word judgment, what is judgment? So you walk around in this world, you look and you observe. But you don't observe clearly. You don't really look at what is. You look at what is and then you try to make assumptions or try to understand, if you will, try to categorize things, label things, you know what I mean? I don't know what's the best way to say it. Summarize, you try to look at this thing, okay, in your way, your own way. You're tainting this, you're not going to look at things and say, oh, that's a tree. You're going to say it's firewood, or it's a wood for your table to chop up and make a table. There's a man watching me there through his window. So, judgment is a big problem. You judge the way people look, the way people talk, their expressions. Now you know their expressions. They can differ from culture to culture. But even that, cultural expressions and language, what's that? That's a very scary thing. Because why should it be that you are just following everybody else? Can you not think for yourself? Can you not think for yourself? It's a question. Can you not think for yourself and be of yourself? If you don't have the essence of truth, the relaxedness in you, you can be purely yourself. Okay? Then ultimately, you don't exist even enough to judge anyone. Someone who judges is someone who doesn't know. There's a difference between observing and studying and trying to understand something. But what judgment really is it's not that. It's not analysing. It's not studying. It's not observing. It's not exploring. Judgment is when you look at something based on limited information. I feel so sad for these people. Because there's a guy there, there's a young man who's fairly young. He looks young to me, about half my age. I don't know for sure. But this guy, he's polite, you know. He's alright, he's like friendly towards me and polite, you know. Now I could do the same thing. I could do the same. I could judge, or rather I could speculate as into why, you know. Why is he this way towards me, either nasty or friendly, anyway. But that would be wrong, see? When you put more answers there, and you base everything on what you think you know. So everything you know, or everything that you think you know, is basically perceived knowledge, whether it be right or wrong, but perceived in the mind, known in your own head, known knowledge. Look at these motherfuckers. The judgment. I'm going straight on. Close my window. Yeah, close it. Yeah. See? Yeah. Ignorant, isn't it? You say I'm seeking attention. I'm not seeking attention. Close my fucking eyes. Guys. Yeah. Just asking people there, I said, believe in yourself. What does that mean? Believe in yourself, you're alive anyway. Confidence, what's that? So let's get back to what I was saying, yeah? So there's, you can speculate, you can, there's a difference between observing, there's a difference between studying, looking at things, asking more questions, you know what I'm saying? Trying to understand it. Well, it's trying to understand it, I said, trying to, my fucking mouth talking, trying to understand it. Not just fucking talking, make sure the Baruch thing there again, right? Same thing. See? That's what I'm saying, see? But when you judge people and you say, this person has no confidence, or this person's no, whatever it is, good, bad, or whatever, you're not learning. You don't learn anything. You need to be honest with yourself. All people, we are all human beings. Who am I to judge these people? Who am I to judge his mum? Any of them? Oh, he's got more money. That's nothing. What's that? Judge your confidence. If you're confident in yourself or not, that's your problem. I'm not going to judge you and say what you should be. You should be more like me and follow me. And you're a little bug. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not bigger than anyone. I'm not smaller than anyone. I'm a human fucking being. You know what I'm saying, man? 42 years old. Look at how many people are judging me now on this road. Like I give a fuck. Like I give a fuck. I don't care. Because one day I will be dead. And you. I just say one day she's going to be dead. She must enjoy her life. That woman behind me. You know, I'm not going to fucking kill anyone. So I'm not going to try and contribute to someone's anxiety and stress. Because there's people out there who don't respect themselves. There's people out there who already don't have enough confidence in them, don't have enough acceptance of themselves. There's a difference between, you know what I mean, there's a difference between knowing yourself and believing in yourself. Two different things. Believing in yourself. What do you mean? So it goes back to that thing. When you judge someone, you're judging them for their mannerisms, you're judging them for their personality, You're judging in the way they do things, the way they speak, all that, the way they dress, their clothes, whatever it is, the way their ideas are expressed. You're judging them. No, you're not. You're looking at what you think, what's in your mind already, the pictures in your mind. You don't see anything. Close your eyes. Close your eyes and look inside. That's you in the darkness. Turn on the light. Turn on the fucking light. If you could turn on the fucking light. When you see where you are, and when you see that you're small, smaller than the whole universe around you, you have so much more potential, so many more things. It's a bigger world for you, more things. When you're small and humble, when you're small and humble, you have a bigger world, you can learn from everybody, you've got more possibilities, more chances. You're judging me now? I'm not trying to teach people. Listening doesn't mean following. Studying may not mean learning either. The thing is, you need to there's a difference between, studying, okay, and observing and judging. And this guy, this young man, he basically said to me, he said, I judge people. He judges people openly. He judges people. He believes it's a normal thing to do, to judge people. Why do you judge people? Judging them for what? Do you think that people give a fuck? Do you think I give a F? I don't care, you judging me. What's it judging me? What's that about? What is the judging? What is the judgment? What is the punishment? What? He said, well, it doesn't matter, I don't care. No, you don't understand what you're saying. Are you studying? You can look at someone and see, okay, this guy's wearing a fancy jacket. He might be richer. So what? Study yourself. Study your health, you know? You know what I'm saying? Study. Not judge. Study. Judgment means I know enough, okay? Judgment means you're telling yourself, I know enough about this or that or him or her, and based on this information, and not even based on this, based on my perception, based on my how I see this, as I say, yeah? Based on my perception of this, as I say, based on my perception, I have a perception. I have a way of seeing this, but I don't know I'm doing it. I think I'm seeing it for what it is. No, you're not. You're seeing it from your own way of seeing, through those tinted glasses, judging based on your culture, and you think that's totally fine. You'll just be part of that. Yeah, I belong to this culture. Everybody does it like this here, or that culture, this culture, or your family taught you. Or you are learned, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Brainwashed. Huh? So you're basically just learning from around you, programming your head with all this stuff around you to behave like everybody else, to communicate in that way, to not look and really see or listen and hear, to not really feel anything, human emotion. You become a dead robot of a machine of yourself, a shell of yourself, like a dead, wasted human being who knows nothing more than judgment. All of your learning will be tainted learning based on ego, based on what you believe it is. Now, what's learning? The things you learned before, right? It's all based on what you learned, right? Your previous experience, your previous knowledge. So that, you're saying, is what's going to carry you through, right? Even when you think, even when you don't even know it, even when you don't think it, you're doing it, right? But you are doing it because you're judging people. And you're openly not questioning how you think, how you're seeing people, and then how you're treating people. And people believe that they can affect each other by their behaviours or their ways of communication. Not fucking true necessarily. If I get upset by what you say, based on your judgment of me, it's my problem. If I feel nice and relaxed and happy or motivated by what you say when you're around me, because you want to tell me for some reason, through lack of self-confidence but too much ego and confusion, because all you have is limited knowledge, and so you judge and say, okay, this is how you are, I'm going to talk to you this way. And I start to base myself on your limited knowledge. I put myself on that low level, based on knowing, on your limited knowledge of me, and just judgment is all you have, and I start to fucking forget who I really am. I know myself, I've got to know myself, right? Right, so, that's the point. Yeah. So I started to behave a certain way, looking at the way people speak, you know. Judgment, nothing. You want to judge people, you want to understand yourself. You need to understand yourself. Now, how do you understand? What do you know? Everything you know in your mind is memories of what you learned yesterday. What's that? The things you learned yesterday? Is it right? Who told you that? And you had a base, you don't want to improve and learn more. It's just like, I learned with a judging way of studying. So even when you go to look at things, you think you're being honest. And you think you're doing the right thing by being confident. No one else wants to speak up. I'm going to speak up. You stop fucking listening. You disconnected from reality and you detach yourself from peace, silence, nothingness, and space. You need to come back to that peaceful place. But your head's full of noise. So many images. It's an encyclopedia teaching you, brainwashing you every day, guiding you. Judge. Yeah, that tree there is this kind of, you know, over there. This building is for whatever. You're looking around you and you're trying to tell yourself this story about the world and people. That judgment's sending you to fucking hell situations. It's taking you into a complete wasted, painful experience of life. You say, no, I'm quite fine the way I am. You're quite fine the way you are. You don't fucking look it. Judging people. Why do you give a damn? Who am I to judge someone for the way they dress, for the way they speak? Does it matter, my judgment? To them, yes or no, to anyone? Does it matter to me? You must say, well, I'm doing it, I'm subconsciously. I'm just the way I see things, the way I see things? Fuck the way I see things. I've got to see things for what they are. And say, even then, it's limited. Humble yourself. You know what I'm saying? Humble yourself. Humble yourself. Be honest with yourself. What do you benefit from? What do you get from judging people? What do you get from judging them? Because there are people around me talking about it. No one's come up to me and like put this like towards me that pissed me off or something, judging me. Not today. It's not happened today, no. I'm saying like they're talking about this topic, you know, they're talking about that. The guy was talking to me, talking to air, man. But this guy was talking to me, okay? And he said, oh yeah, it's okay. He says, okay, he said, I judge people. We do it in my country, he said. And that's okay, is it? You just follow your country, just follow what the culture is. When you use this, use your eyes to look. What's I'm saying? Talking that shit. You tell yourself a story in your mind. That's why you never learn. You see? So, you need to come to honesty. Judgment. What the fuck is judgment? What does judgment mean? It means you're telling yourself, oh, this is how it is. What does it mean? Judgment is extra information. Painting legs on a snake. Painting legs on a snake. It's like it's putting extra information that is not needed. It's too much of extra. You don't need it. It's too much more. You know what I'm saying? Too much more. And you know what it's like when you load something up, when you fill something up, carry too much. It's the last one that broke the camel's back. You know what I mean? So like, you got too much stuff in your bag, it's gonna break it. You'll break the strap, break the zip, you know what I mean? Huh? So too much, you're trying to carry too much. Yeah? Like you say, the engine died do this, you got big eyes and a fucking small stomach. You're greedy. You know what I'm saying? When you're thinking, you know it. You're trying to lift the whole world up on your hands and you're not breaking your fucking back. Yeah? You're trying to say so much. Nothing's coming out. You can't hear anything, you don't learn anything. You're choking on your words. You know what I mean? You're doing things and things are breaking. Things are breaking down because of the way you're doing it. And your communication and relationships and trust with people, connections with people, because you're not connecting. You don't connect with anyone. You don't connect with people. You don't connect with anything. And most of them are just like you, probably. Because you're judging them. Do you know this person? Eh? Oh yeah, he's a... You shut the fuck up. That's in your head. It's a Mickey Mouse story. You know what I'm saying? You don't know them, and everybody's got a family. You've got to feel your body. And so, he's got a lot of money. He's CEO. You see your grave when you're dead. I'm losing the white hairs. I'm 42. You know what I'm saying? I'm not teaching you. Honesty. You want truth, real truth, honesty. That's what you want in this life. So if I start giving you bullshit, and I start telling you again, you say, oh, here he goes. Then I start talking about Laozi and Judgiing, as I say, and nature and the real truth, which is what he's talking about. The Tao. He's like, oh, he likes Chinese culture. It's not that. It's fucking wake up to truth. To truth. Stop lying to yourself. The power is when you're free, when you're empty, and so you don't waste your power. That's what we learn in Kung Fu training, Wushu training. Don't waste your power. Like Tai Chi, right? Everything's like the Tao. That's what it is. Balance, yin and yang. Yin and yang, like I say. Don't waste energy. So, that's what life's about. If you keep spending it all. And another thing, right? People are so fake. They're putting a show on constantly. Am I going to be putting out... Am I going to tell you about everything I've got? Am I going to tell you everything about me? Am I going to hide it? When I tell it, I hide it. When I hide it, I tell it. There you go. When I'm telling you a story, you know the one I'm not telling you. When I'm not telling you a story, you know the one I'm telling you this. Basically, right? There's always more to the story too. But because you're always in a negative mindset, you always look at the negative one. As in, whether it's have or not have. You're looking at all these kind of extra points. Too complicated, too naive, too negative. Judging people. What the fuck is that? Judging, you don't know enough about the story. Are you going to say, okay, let's round it up here, put a label on it and say, put my brand on it, my stamp of approval or disapproval, my brand, my thinking. It's all right. Everybody can think what they want. You say, yeah, subjective truth. But what about objective? What about absolute truth of nature? There are facts. Even if you believe that there are subjective truths and everybody has their own reality, their own way of thinking. Yeah, that's a fact, isn't it? It's an objective. It's totally true. Always. There is a universal thing called either truth or non-truth. That's what Tao is. That's what Tao is, right? Right? That's what Tao is. That's what Laozi is saying in the Tao Te Ching. Truth. We're talking about truth. It's not me talking about some Chinese culture. The Tao is the truth. That's what we're saying. Honesty. Don't fucking lie to yourself all that. You'll wake up. You know what I mean? You gotta wake up. You're either alive. You're either alive, as I say, or you're going to be like a fucking like these people. Who are you? Who are you? Fucking what are you? Who are you? It's like he's a monk, isn't he? But basically, that's what the point is. That's what the point is, right? Honesty and truth. So who the fuck are you? Who am I? What am I? Absolutely nothing. Or I'm everything. You choose. I'm either here or not. So when you see me, you forget you. When you like this guy, when you see me, you forget you, right? One fucking shebang. They forgot to have their meal. You understand? When they see me, they forget when they see I'm just walking on this road, they're walking along this road, and this guy giving me shit. You see what I'm saying? Judging. It's everywhere. It's rampant. Everywhere you go. Everywhere. It's not a culture thing. It's not a country thing. It's not a country thing. It's everywhere. That's what the Tao is. You understand? So it's everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. Judgment. You find it in the family. find it in your family. You find it in your family, right? You'll find it around your so-called friends. You find it in the workplace. Right? You find it in the workplace, as I say. You find it in the workplace. You find it in the workplace, right? You find it in every culture, on the streets, people you know, people you don't know. Wow, old, young, rich, poor, everywhere. No matter what they've got in life or not. You know, even bad experienced people who've got bad experiences in their lives they've been through past, and then ones that have got good experiences, like a better, you'd say. But what it is their life is based on memory. That's what people base their life on. Quality, but rather the search for quality is basically a constant knowing of pain. They know pain. That's what they know, suffering. They know suffering your whole life. So what you see me and you forget himself. So like, they know themselves, right? So they don't do themselves. All they know is memories of constant comparing, like competition with the world around them. The whole life is competition because of it's fear and weakness, and life is hard. You know, life is hard. I love my grandma, but fuck my life. You've got to love your life. One day you will be a grandparent, maybe. What lessons have you got to teach? Just hate, fighting, and don't forget to give a good impression to people, because it's a very judging world. Fuck that, I don't give a shit. I'm not going to live on my knees like that. I'm not going to live on my knees like that. I want to die on my feet, you know what I mean? In myself. I've been judged for 42 years. I'm rambling all the way along this road about this. Spreading this message, right? To you. And I'm telling you now clearly, right? I'm 42 years old. And a few months, 3-4 months coming up now. Okay? Coming up. Yeah, but in 3 months. Over, 42 years. Some people die when they're, who knows what, 70, 80, whatever, yeah? 84 maybe. If it's 84, it's half my life already. Am I not going to understand this? Just speak it. I speak what I think. I speak exactly how I feel. There's no show. Not because I'm an honest idiot, because it does not matter to me. It looks like it matters, Rich. You say, oh yeah. It seems like it matters when people judge, because you're talking about it a lot, Richard. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is not the judgment itself, but I feel bad for my fellow human beings who are living in this mental sickness, okay? This is not benefiting you, it's wasting your time. Right? It's not my business, it's your life, fair enough, okay. Right? I don't have to think this way, feel this way. But it's like, and then secondly, the bad feelings that they have in them, they try to put on other people. And there are other people that don't think like me. So I'm doing it for everyone, trying to do these videos, to mention this stuff. For the people that are putting that kind of a negative attitude out constantly, through their judgment, which is inward suffering, is an expression of suffering. Right? You're trying to make sense of it in the most simple, limited way possible, to cut an end to it, to stop the learning. So you're just looking and seeing part of a picture and telling yourself, oh, that's enough. Giving up, weakness, lazy, ego, greedy, all that shit. Yeah? Basically, death, the end. You don't accept life, and continuation is learning, development of power, acceptance to learn things and benefit, and more potential. You don't do that. Yeah? So basically, that's what you're carrying on like, right? So I'm doing it for those people, and then also for the people who fall victim to that. The people who are suffering because of that stupid sickness in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to help, because this is not good for anybody. It's not good. I'm going to go this way. So, you can't be like that. You can't continue to live. I mean that. This is, you agree, okay, this is death. You want death in your life. It's time to game over. You can't be telling yourself that you expect to live, in essence, living. Truly living in essence, not death essence. If you're going to tell yourself it's totally fine. Yeah? Totally fine. You just continue this way, judging everybody around you and living in competition constantly. It's fear. It's exhaustion. And the mind, as I said, the mind, the idea, the mind, right, the idea, thinking this stuff, drives you on, pushes you on to continue fighting. So you're never free. You give up at every opportunity of good in your life for purity. You accept the poisonous way. You accept that. You know? You think it's okay. You're okay to just come up and you accept the bad and you follow the ignorance of the world. And you wonder why when it comes back it hits you. And you wonder why, where it comes from. That's a problem. You know? You say, oh, you say I'm exaggerating. You say, oh, it's not like that in the world. In the world. What's the world? Huh? It's inside yourself. That's right. I'm friendly. I say hello to anyone. But I'm just saying that sometimes a simple smile and a nod, honestly, knowing that someone's a human being in any culture, any language, even trying to speak that person's language if you want, humbling yourself, even curiously, that's fine. And you may be that woman was probably judging me a little bit there because I'm a foreigner, looking different. But at the end of the day, you see it. And when I responded back with positivity, and I smiled and said hello, because she spoke my language, I could have spoken her language, but it's not a battle to show you, oh, I know your language too, like showing off is not. That's natural, see? And people are not idiots. She's a bit of an older woman, I don't know how old she was, that woman there, but there are people that actually do see certain things, they've got some experience in their life. So many people act stupid, but they're actually smart. They just become lazy. And I think another thing is there such a thing as influence in this world? There is a thing as influence, yeah, you can be influenced by things. When you kind of say, well, it is the way it is, right? This is the way it is. Everybody does things this way. And so you kind of, I wouldn't say downright immediately off the bat say, I'm going to be lazy now, everybody's lazy. The pigeon, isn't it? And what you're going to do is a lot of people will look at it and say, well, they just accept it for what it is. People get by, we still got shops, I can go down the road, get me groceries, whatever, my groceries, I can still go to bed each night, hopefully. But the thing is, they don't actually get what all the problems are and where the problems are coming from. There are problems in their life. There's a lot of suffering. Not for me to point out to them or to judge or to teach. I don't mean that. This is not me judging the world here in my head, and then when I stop the video, I'm going to walk around and continue judging people looking. I don't do that. Honesty is the only power. And when you get this idea of power, yeah, I want power in the world. Yeah, I want to have influence over people and get and tell people this and that. No, that's wrong as well. All the power you will ever have in this world, it's really just in your mind. If people listen to you, they don't have to follow you, but they choose to. Or whatever inspires them, or whatever disgusts them, or whatever judgment basically is what they have in their mind. The images is based on what they've learned through perceived learning and creation, remanipulation, recycling of those images, faded memories, blending things and relating things and then affirming those and then not remembering things too well over time, but just remembering the affirmation, affirming what they've given themselves. So it's a programming, a rewiring of the mind. It's a big room full of old papers in boxes, It's not, you want an empty room. You could have a spare room for your grandmother to come and stay over if she was sick. You know what I mean? Turn your life into like this, you put parts of your life, right? Inside you should have this place where you can always take care of your health, first of all. An umbrella if you need to prevent getting wet from the rain, right? And what you should do is make it like you've got like a hospital to go to, almost like it's a hospital waiting for you. Like, there's always this one there with an empty bed if there for you if you need it. Backup. Humbleness is your backup, you know that. With judgment, what you're basically doing, I wouldn't say it's like you're jumping in the water with 2 feet to see how deep it is. No, it's like, it is more or less. It's what comes from the judgment. It's not what you think. Yeah, you say it's not what you say, it's not what you do, it's the intention behind it. But the judgment is basically the word go. The judgment, any judgment you have is like telling you, it's the sign. Hold on one. Talking. The judgment, right? The judgment basically is telling you in what direction to go. That's what I'm saying. It's telling you what direction to go. Who is she? I wonder who she is. Doing an exercise. But yeah. Whatever. I'm just saying about your judgment. You know, judgment is basically telling you in what direction to go. To then take the step, which could be, and it's telling you to jump in the water with 2 feet. And that's wrong. Take a step back, look at yourself first. Wow. See how you're seeing, have better vision. It's not what you see, but how you see, your vision. Peace.